All right, we're here with the fabulous Andy Wood. So Andy, tell me what's going on in your life right now musically.
Oh yeah, we just released a new record, Charisma, which is awesome, and we're all proud of it. Guest solos from Joe Bonamassa and Brent Mason, a bunch of amazing players on it. Jim Riley played drums, Ben Eller engineered the record, played bass, and Jimmy T, who works with the Dream Theater guys, he mixed the record. And we're all super, super proud of it. And of course, you can get that, all streaming, Spotify's, whatnots. So yeah.
Cool. You're famous for your playing to incorporate bluegrass style, but also fusion and hard rock styles.
Yeah.
How did that come along?
It just comes from being a fan. Like, I genuinely love bluegrass and country. I grew up on that stuff. And I genuinely love Van Halen and Eric Johnson and Steve Morse and the Dixie Dregs. And I like everything to Hans Zimmer and Pavarotti to John Coltrane. Like, I just like a lot of music. Yeah.
So many people, and I know this is something that you find very curious, that people always pinpoint you to your great picking technique, and that you said that you actually didn't know back in the days people like Steve Morse, but more
Right.
like banjo players
Right.
had much huge influence in you.
Right.
How did you practice your picking technique? What was your goal? What did you have in mind with sound?
Right. So I guess the most important thing is I was so young, I didn't really think about anything. I just was thinking, this doesn't feel good. I'm not going to do it that way. And it was based on feel and tone. Being a mandolin player first, I never heard Steve Morse and Eric Johnson and John Petrucci till I was like 20 years old, 19 years old. But Bela Fleck was a big influence, and Mark O'Connor. So Mark played fiddle and Bela played banjo, and I would try to learn things that they did and lines that they played that I heard that I thought sounded cool. And really with Bela's tone, banjo can be very aggressive, and Bela's so smooth that that's something I wanted in my mandolin playing, and even in my electric guitar playing. Like, I look for a really smooth kind of tone because of guys, and that's like just a core. You as a musician, you gravitate towards intensity or mellow, and like Bela just had that thing to play fast, but it was always so even and so smooth. The note expression was so nice.
So the technique didn't come first, but the sound aesthetics.
It was more about chasing the tone,
right.
And the technique just kind of figured itself out. And that's something I really believe. It's like, I don't really think about technique. I think about, does it sound does it sound right? And if it doesn't, then adjust something. And just keep working it out until it starts achieving the sound that you're after.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Could you demonstrate something like
I could try, sure. Yeah. Let me grab a guitar. Maybe this one. So something that I really love cross picking, and bluegrass cross picking has a lot of this kind of thing. That traditional 3-string kind of approach. One more time so you can hear. So when I got into expanding that, I wanted to, obviously hearing Steve Morse and stuff, and Bela Fleck is extending those arpeggios to be maybe 4 strings, right? So everybody knows the from Steve, right? So it's what if you can have that? So
that with a hybrid pick?
So that one is with hybrid, yeah. So it's taking that cross picking.
Yeah, right.
So that's where that kind of stuff comes from. And then everything else is just trying to get a smooth tone. Yeah, it's all just about trying to get that right kind of sound. And if I want more aggression, I'll lean back on the bridge a little bit.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, cheers, man.